Hi, welcome to our class today. So today we'll be doing lesson 34 from our CEFR Form 5 textbook. Okay, this will be your download textbook and the lesson today will be from page 52 to 53 and we are still at shopping therapy. Alright, I hope all of you all are ready. Alright, let's look at these two statements here. Right, A and B. The first one, people like to use mobile phones. And B, do you want to own an iPhone 12 Pro? So which is more personal to you? When you look at A and B, which one you think is more personal to you? It's like, involving you. Alright, definitely it is B because it says, do you want to own an iPhone 12 Pro? Whereas in A, people like to use mobile phones. Who are these people? We do not know them, right? So that doesn't sound very personal. Alright, so when we write articles, when we read titles of articles, something has to keep us going. It has to be catchy. Alright, so when we write something very general like this, people like to use mobile phones. It's like a question mark, right? So, who are these people? And what mobile phones are they using? Right? Whereas in B, do you want to own an iPhone 12 Pro? Right? So, this is like a question. And it's talking about you. Okay, the question is asking you. So, I'm sure all of us would love to have an iPhone 12 Pro. Alright, so compared to A and B, I think B is more personal and it's more catchy. Alright, so today we'll be focusing on writing. Okay, and our focus will be on an article. Okay, let's look at this. Getting your reader's attention. Unlike essays, which are more serious way of discussing ideas, articles can entertain as well as inform readers. Your tone of voice can be less formal and you can get your readers' attention by talking to them in a more direct way. Use words like we and us to make readers feel included in what you are writing about and try putting some of your ideas in the form of question. For example, how would you feel if? So when you have like this, when you use words like we, us, alright, and then if you add some questions like this will make your article more catchy and it will definitely get your readers' attention. Alright? Alright, so let's look at this. So these are some examples that you can put in your article. Okay, so let's look at number 1. Read these two alternative opening paragraphs and tick the one you think would make most readers continue reading the article. Okay, let's look at A. Many people spend too much money on new technology these days. They often change their mobile phones every year. For example, as new models are produced. Right, that is A. Okay, let's look at B. How often do you buy a new mobile phone? We all want to have the latest technology, but are we spending too much money on it? So which one you think? Alright, so the answer is B, right? Because it is very much personalized here. See, do you? And then they have a question, right? So this kind of writing will actually attract your reader's attention. Okay, so let's look at another example. Now read this opening paragraph and use the language bank on the next page to help you rewrite it in a more interesting way for a teenage magazine. Okay, so teenage means it's for young people, so it has to be attractive. Alright, so teenagers are often told they spend too much money on brand name fashion. They often buy expensive trainers, for example, when cheaper ones are just as good. So how can we make this interesting? Okay, so let's look at this example. How much do you spend on new trainers? We all want to have the latest brand name fashion, but are we spending too much money on it? Alright, see the way this statement is written, it is more catchy than the first one that has been given. Alright, so let's look at this. Read the following writing task and underline 3 points that must be included in the article. Then answer the questions below. Okay, you have seen this announcement in an international magazine for teenagers. Okay, remember the word international. International means the whole world. Teenagers are young people this magazine is for young people for the whole world, right? International. Alright, so let's look at this. Okay, underline 3 points that must be included in the article. Okay, so articles wanted on 21st century lifestyle. What is the one place where modern teenagers go shopping the most? Sports shops, clothes shops, electronic shops. Tell us what kind of shop, what they want to buy, and why is it important to them. The best article will be published in the next month's magazine. Alright, so before we go any further, before we answer these questions, so what are the 3 points that must be included in your article? Alright, so let's look at this. So tell us what kind of shop. Okay, so when you write the article, you must mention what kind of shop and what they want to buy and why is it important to them. So we must make sure these 3 points are added or included in your article. Alright, so now write your article in about 140 to 190 words. Okay, let's look at number 1. Who will be reading the article? Alright, so let's look at this yellow line which is underlined. Okay, so it is for who? Yes, it is for teenagers all over the world because it is international magazine for teenagers. Alright, so let's look at number 2. Could you use we and us in the article to talk to this type of reader? Alright, so remember the previous slides, right? We spoke about we and us. So that makes it personal and it will attract the reader's attention. So the answer would be yes. Alright, so number 3. The task asks you to describe why the shop is important to who? Is it to you or to young people generally? Okay, remember this again. International magazine for teenagers. Therefore, it has to be young people generally. Alright, so let's look at task 4. Read the article that was written in answer to the question in 3 and answer the questions below it. Alright, so let's look at this. Alright, articles wanted. Okay, remember we just saw this in the previous slide. Articles wanted on 21st century lifestyle. What is the one place where modern teenagers go shopping? Okay, so let's look at this. The 3 points, what are they? Tell us what kind of shop, what they want to buy, and why is it important to them. Alright, so before we identify the 3 points, so let's just read this first. Alright, so teenage shopping in the 21st century. How many hours do you spend looking at new gadgets and games you want to buy in your local electronic shop? It seems to be the one place we can't keep away from. On most Saturday mornings, you can find groups of young people looking at new types of technology. Many of us want to see the latest phones and find out about apps for downloading music, social networking, and other forms of entertainment. Others are choosing one of the hundreds of new computer games or looking at the prices of iPads and the wide range of mini computers. Why is this kind of shopping so important to us? I think the main reason is that technology gives us independence. Teenagers can now organize their lives themselves using their own equipment. In the old days, young people often had to turn their music down, change the TV channel, or stop using the family telephone so much. Now, we can chat to friends and keep up with the latest gossip and news or play music whenever we want. What's worth shopping around for, isn't it? That's worth shopping around for, isn't it? Alright, so when we read this article, let's just identify whether these three components are found in this. Alright, so the first thing, what is it? What kind of shop? So what is the answer? Or do we have it in this article? Yes, we have it. Electronic shops. Okay, so let's look at the next one. What they want to buy. So what are they going to buy there, or what did they buy? Alright, so these are the things. Latest phones, apps for downloading music, social networking or other forms of entertainment, iPads as well as mini computers. So this is what they want to buy. The next one. Why is it important to them? Why is it important to them? Because let's look at this thing. Paragraph 1, 2, 3. See? Why is this kind of shopping so important to us? I think the main reason is that technology gives us independence. Alright? So you can see that. So this one, when you say I think means it is your opinion. You're giving your own opinion. Alright, so let's look at question number 1. Has the writer answered the 3 points asked for in the task? Right? So let's look at this. The blue, the purple and the yellow. So all the 3 are asked in the task. So the answer is yes. Let's look at number 2. Underline the opinion expressed in paragraph 3. Alright, so what is the opinion? I think. I think of what? Alright, so the answer is technology gives us independence. Alright, so that's his opinion. So let's look at number 3. Look at the comparison that helps to explain this opinion. What 2 things does the writer compare? So let's look at this green box. So what does he say? So if you look at that paragraph in that green box, in the old days, young people often had to turn their music, and stop using the family telephone so much. Now, we can chat to friends and keep up with the latest gossip. So can you see the comparison? In the old days compared with now. Can you see that? Alright, so the answer is the old days and now. Alright? So let's just look at some examples. Making comparisons can be a powerful way of explaining what you mean. Read this opinion and then write 2 different explanations making comparisons. Alright? A lot of teenagers nowadays aren't interested in reading books for pleasure. So what happened in the old days and now? So let me give you an example. In the old days, there was less for young people to do. So reading was fun. But now the internet means we can read all sorts of things. So we don't need books so much anymore. Alright, you can see the difference, right? When some time ago, when we had no internet, people were only relying on books. But now when internet is here, everybody wants the easy way out. Okay, let's look at number 2. At school, free time. Okay, let's look at this example. When teenagers are at school, they have to read a lot of books. So when they have free time, they want to do something else to relax. Okay, so that is the comparison. Alright. Okay, so let's look at number 6. Read this writing task and then use the plan and the language bank to help you write your article. When you have finished your article, check your work carefully. You have seen this announcement in an international magazine for teenagers. Alright, so you can use this as a guide, the language bank. Alright, asking the reader and including the reader. Okay, so let's look at our question. Articles wanted on living in the 21st century. What form of relaxation do teenagers nowadays enjoy most? Meeting friends, using a computer, or playing sports? Tell us what kind of relaxation it is, what it's like, and why they enjoy it. The best article will be published in next month's magazine. Alright, so let's do. Before we answer, we need to plan out our article. Okay, so we need to identify what do they want us to write about. First, what kind of relaxation? Next, what it's like and why they enjoy it. Alright. Okay, so first of all, you plan your article. Come up with a catchy title. Right, then you come up with paragraph 1, which you introduce the topic and answer the main question in the task. And then in paragraph 2, describe the form of relaxation. And in paragraph 3, give your opinion on why they enjoy it. And in paragraph 4, your conclusion. Comment on your opinion. Alright, I hope you understand that. Alright, so okay, before that, let's just look at this little column here. Catch the attention of your readers by making them think about the topic of the article in their own lives. Do this by asking them questions and including them in what you write. Don't forget to write a title for your article. Okay, so this is the question. So what form of relaxation do teenagers nowadays enjoy most? Meeting friends, using a computer, or playing sport? Alright, so tell us what kind of relaxation is it, what it's like, and why they enjoy it. Alright, so make sure you answer these 3 questions, or you must include these 3 points in your article. Right? So these are the 3 points. Alright, so I'm going to give you an example of an article that I've written. Alright class, so let's look at this example of an article that I've written. Okay, so the title of our article is Teenagers and Relaxation. How many hours do you need to relax in a day? What do you do to consider yourself being relaxed? Teenagers these days find many ways to make themselves contented by doing things that can make them happy. This, in other words, allow them to relax and unwind. As for me, spending my time with my gadgets online by meeting friends are one of the best ways to relax. Simply playing with a mobile phone creates good mood and enhances positive vibes. Engaging in online games is a norm these days. Teenagers are smart enough to play these online games with friends all over the world. This not only enlarges our friendship territory, but also our knowledge and promotes relaxation. Why is relaxation very important to all of us? When we are overloaded with work and studies, we may end up having a mental block that may lead us to other negative effects. Hence, we must make sure our lives are well balanced with our daily duties and relaxation. As the saying goes, it is better to be safe than sorry. In other words, a neglected life may cause greater damage to someone. Alright, so I guess you can see how I wrote this article, and I have focused on that 3 points here. Alright, so shortly I will give you your homework, and I'll send the homework to your class Telegram group. Alright, so I hope you understood today's lesson. Right, so your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against your challenges. So relax. So thank you for joining today's class, and see you all for our next class. Bye.